Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. Hello, and happy Wednesday.
Hello.
This is KVJ After the Show podcast. Yeah. Well, got a lot of things that we did not get to on today's show that we will get to here in just a minute. Also, some things that we got to. There are some other things of. It's kind of interesting because we were talking about some random school holidays that you get. It is Yom Kippur, which is going to be going down
today, starting at sundown.
Yeah. In fact, somebody sent us a text and kind of broke it down for us.
Okay.
Kol Nidre is tonight. And Yom Kippur is tomorrow, and the Sukkot, it's the celebration of the harvest, is next week. And Simchat Torah, the celebration of the Torah, is the week after. So this is the height of a lot of the effect. The Yom Kippur is the highest holy day.
This is the big one.
That's the number one. That's why, it's always kind of interesting as you do get into the Hanukkah and things like that. I think if you don't know, if you're not Jewish, you're like, oh, this is their big. No, I think, last year I think we looked at it was like 7th or something like that. It ranks on the Jewish calendar for importance.
They were like, it's not that awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so it kind of gets, it's part of the holidays.
It gets the hype because of Christmas, maybe,
Well, it's there, and, nobody wants to feel left out because you got everybody that's doing this stuff, and you're like, hey, we want everybody to celebrate and have fun. And, I mean, it's really kind of turned into that. I do like seeing that. My wife is a quarter Jewish, and so we got a little bit of that. And we do know a lot of Jewish families that some of them do just say, hey, we're going to just jump into the celebration. It's not a religious thing for us.
Is this a gift holiday where you would get on Easter?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys give gifts on Easter? Did your family get
the Easter basket, the bunny bread?
Yeah,
So there's
some
gifts
families
there.
started doing that. It just depends. I think a lot of families, you handle it differently. Now, I don't know about any gifts for the Jewish holidays. Hanukkah is the only one, and you get a gift for the night for the 8 crazy nights.
It says Yom Kippur is all about atonement and repentance.
Right. Yeah.
so no gifts.
So
Yeah.
no gifts. I mean, you
Right.
got to just get right with God.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
Fasting, prayer,
Right, yeah.
abstaining from any physical pleasure, also refraining from work.
It's a jerk-free holiday, Bird.
They saw the reason why I brought it up because they had it on the show Entourage, and the main guy that's always working, going crazy. He was supposed to have his phone, supposed to have everything, and just to atone.
Yeah, they don't mess around. I mean, when I went to Israel, that was the thing that's really amazing is the country shuts down on Saturday, and they take it so seriously. A lot of places, like not you can't find anywhere to go. Everything is closed. They'll turn off the electricity in a lot of places.
Every Saturday?
Yes, every Saturday.
That's their Sabbath.
Shabbat. Yeah, that's
Every
the Sabbath.
Saturday.
Every Saturday. So it's really fascinating to be there because even in our hotel, which was a nice, really elegant hotel, the elevators, they would shut those down. So I think they had one but it's, there is a definite, the presence of when it is Shabbat in Jerusalem. It is a day where, you don't take the cars. They're walking. They're very serious, and they are very devout. In fact, you'll even see a lot of times my wife and I, we do our early Saturday morning walk over to Palm Beach, and we'll pass a lot of very devout Jews, that have the garb on. They're walking because they don't take the cars. They're going over to temple.
If our country did that, I know it's impossible to implement that, but if we changed and did that to where we had one day in the week where everything shut down like that, do you think that would be better for us or worse for us? Does it help our country or does it hurt our country?
I don't know. I just think it's different. I don't know if it hurts or helps. I think it's just what you do.
That's a cool concept where you just know that one day you're not working, you're spending time with your family.
Yeah,
right?
they have the Seder dinner. I think that's Friday night, I believe, and it's a very big dinner. They feast on Friday nights, and they all get together. So it's really kind of nice because, in fact, if I remember right, it's been a couple years now, but if I remember, I think on Friday things kind of start closing down because they get ready for Seder dinner. So. Here I am. I'm in Israel. I'm having a good time. I'm like, hey, I want to tear it up. And I'm like sitting, in a bar, and they're like, hey, this thing's about to close. I'm like, what? It's like 4 p.m.
Well, that's why I'm just wondering what that would be like over here, how that would change things,
right?
And how everyone's attitude would change.
You work around it, and I think it's just, it's what you do, and it depends upon how devout you are. Now, you'll see spurts of it here in South Florida, and we have a very good-sized Jewish population, but and some of them are very devout as you would find in Israel. But, a lot of the Jews that we have in South Florida, they're Americanized Jews. They're a long-time runner. My wife's family, kind of the same thing. Her mom is 50% Jewish, and my wife then is a quarter, and, they're long time from it. So they don't observe all of the things that they do. But, yeah, it's devout Jews. It's definitely an interesting thing to watch. So
yeah, I don't know really anything about it, so that's why I'm asking questions.
Well, you could argue a lot of benefits and all that. Getting the family together for a great feast and reflecting and
I just
being
know
mindful on Saturday.
I know for me, if I'm not made to do something sometimes, I don't realize how much I need that or miss that in my life. And if someone was to keep me on track saying, today's the day where you shut everything down and all you're focusing on is this, I might like that.
I get most of my education from reality programming, and I'll tell you, My Unorthodox Life on Netflix is a really interesting peek into the whole Orthodox Jewish world.
Really?
I learned a lot
what did
about...
Can you think of one thing that really stood out?
I learned a lot about what they do for their family, their feasting, for their religious. Like, if you're really Orthodox when you're young, no one, even the walls inside of your house are not allowed to see your flesh. So if you're a young, even married Jewish Orthodox woman, you can never take off your wig, even when you're in bed with your husband.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Yeah, being in Israel is really interesting because a lot of the Jewish men will not make eye contact with a woman. And it was when I was walking with women or with my wife, they will put their hand up to their eyes and they will turn their heads away.
And they believe it's the woman's fault for attracting the eyes of the man, and so that's why she has to wear a wig. That's why she has to be covered from her neck to her elbows to her ankles, because it's her fault that she looks so delicious.
Yeah.
And men are going to want to be attracted to her, and they keep them separate, like the women
doing
and
a
the
lot of
men.
things, yeah.
Even at the wedding ceremony, when you get married to your husband, you're not in the same area with all the other dudes at the reception. The Orthodox is crazy.
I think we were at the Wailing Wall, and I think they might have, at one place there, they had an entrance for men and for women.
Yes.
So they had a separate one. So my wife had to go. She's like, I'll see you when you get out. She had to go one way, had to go to another. Yeah, so it is really fascinating when you look at that stuff. Yeah, in a lot of places, even my wife, you'd have to have a head covering. You have to cover your head up and things like that. So, yeah, and so a lot of the world still does it, and even in South Florida, you can see it. So this is a big week for that. That means that many people are going to be off on Thursday, including your kids from school.
We'll be here.
Yeah, we will be here. So.
Doing that fucking fresh dirt.
We should be atoning.
Yeah, well, I mean, even our own bad Jew's going to be here. Suits is here, and he's Jewish. And
Can we maybe still atone?
A little atone and repent would be good for this crew.
We should maybe confess the things we should atone for.
I don't need one day, though. I need like a year just to...
I don't want to mock it, but
I need a while.
We could use a little God.
It's not mocking it. I really need to atone for some shit.
All right, let me see. Other stuff that we did earlier on the show is kind of fascinating to look at all the different days that people had off for, and we were kind of talking about that. Just even some of the random school holidays. Yeah, I grew up in a part of the world we didn't have a large Jewish population. So, we just skirted right through all those Jewish holidays and we had school. But we got off the entire week that the county fair was revved up, at least the first day of hunting season. So there were just other odd days that they would give you off for.
So when the fair thing was coming up,
Yeah.
there was probably a pre-hype for that. Oh shit, man, the fucking fair's coming up. Get
Yeah.
your fair clothes ready, fuckers.
And that's just what your grandma said.
Was there this big build up to it? Because I feel like they were looking for things to be excited about.
Yeah, people get excited. It's a seasonal thing. You really start to notice, near the place where I was from, the weather would change. It was getting cool and, you're getting into the fall season. And there's things to be excited about with Halloween coming up and the leaves would change, which is big where we were.
What is it changing right now? When does it start turning kind of?
I was there just not even 2 weeks ago, and it was still pretty green. It wasn't yet. It's mainly like an October kind of thing. Things really start to change.
Yeah, that I would love to experience a legit Halloween fall up north.
It's amazing.
Somewhere.
It really is amazing because you get the fall colors and it's got a feel and there's a crisp in the air
and a bit of a horror feel.
It does. It
There's
really
a
does.
corn maze.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
It does. There is a
love
spooky
it.
sense about things. It really works. It
And I
adds
love
to the
that.
whole mystique of it.
Sometimes spooky for me is kind of cozy. It's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of like same thing with Christmas. There are just certain places that are better than anywhere else if you go for either Halloween or Christmas. Like New York City is great for Christmas. So it just kind of depends upon where you are as to what you're doing, but it really adds to the season. So we were asking on our Facebook page, what other random school holidays did you get? And it's just kind of interesting depending upon where you grew up. Allison said in New Orleans, Mardi Gras. Got off for Mardi Gras.
That is true. You get off for Mardi Gras.
I get why. I
you get
that's
off
your
for
moment.
you get for Lundi Gras and Mardi Gras, the Monday and the Tuesday.
I'm a fan if you have something big in your city that's unique.
Yeah.
That city should
Right.
get off.
It is cool, and it does add some excitement around it. Like Sarah said, we live in Laurel County, Kentucky, and my kids will be off next Friday for the World Chicken Festival.
That's awesome. How do we get in on this?
Yeah.
Cool for the kids. Something tell me not so cool for the
No,
kids.
chickens hate it. Kids love it. Yeah.
Chickens are like, oh shit, it's that time.
Jessica said a lot of Minnesotans unofficially would take off school for high school hockey tournament week. That was a big deal, so no baby in the schools then. Leslie said, I grew up in Queens, and we got off every year for Brooklyn Queens Day. That was something they did. In Tampa, they've got a lot of days. Len said the Strawberry Festival and Gasparilla Day when I went to high school in Tampa. And Mike said when I was there, when the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl, we got a day or two off after that because the principal was just excited they won. So he's like, I'm not coming in. You guys shouldn't have to either.
Well, the principal is hungover at a Buck fair.
Ann said in Gainesville, our kids had the Friday off from school for University of Florida's homecoming.
That's
So you
cool.
can imagine there, yeah, getting that off. Liz said Rodeo Day in Kissimmee. We get off there. And Nicole said, I'm from Hilton Head, South Carolina, and our school closed for the Heritage Golf Tournament and Nabisco Tennis. We also got St. Patrick's Day off the party because, right around there, if you go to Savannah, they have a massive St. Patrick's Day party. Goes on there. It gets crazy.
I would rather have the day after St. Patrick's Day off. And the same thing with I hated always working on, I'd rather have party on New Year's Eve work on New Year's Eve and then be able to take that night off and sleep in. I hated working on that shit. You want to be able to drink and be able to party.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is a little better.
We're not all Virginians where you can party all night and then go into work the next day and fucking nail it.
Look, the amount of vitamins, supplements, nutrients, and peptides I have to take to keep up this level, it's diminishing.
Peptides.
I have to pump so much shit into my body to be able to be this rock star on the weekends that I still am.
Peptide doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it just seems like, yes. What are we doing? What are we taking here? A peptide? Okay. All right. I guess it seems good. All right, why not? What the hell? Talking about Halloween, I don't know if this is anything that would get your interest. A guy named Eli Roth. Maybe you might know who he is. He has a new Discovery Plus show that is coming out October 8th called A Ghost Ruined My Life. And it's about ghosts that stalk and haunt people. It's a hybrid of people telling their actual stories on camera and then directors filming their living nightmares in cinematic stories. So all the Halloween stories are already starting to come out. And he also has got season 3 of his History of Horror that premieres October 1st on AMC. And he's helped produce a new Discovery Plus series with Zach Baggins called The Haunted Museum. Baggins.
It sounds like a character from one of your movies.
It does.
Oh, Baggins over there.
Professor Baggins.
And that's going to be available for streaming on October 2nd. I know people are already asking about Halloween Horror Nights, getting all excited for that. I assume that's still going on.
Oh, people are getting really horny for Halloween right now.
So they are doing that even with the COVID stuff, no problems?
Yeah, my neighborhood's they're dressing up their. I can tell my neighborhood's gonna dress up for Halloween and have shit in their yard. They're already putting shit in their yard now. It's great.
It's good. Yeah, no, I think especially now this year, people need stuff to look forward to.
And I went to Home Depot and they are selling some really cool big ass Draculas and shit.
Home Depot's got a great setup.
It can make your yard look really, really haunted.
Okay.
Just my game.
Yeah, I think people are really looking forward to Halloween this year.
Yeah, man.
It's the most fun holiday to decorate for. Hands down, it's so cool.
Yeah.
I already bought most of my new stuff that I'm getting for this year. I love to go to the dollar store because they put their stuff out early and then they sell out early. So if you want to do it on the cheap and still get some cool stuff, I would suggest hauling ass to the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
Now.
If you want them whack ass decorations.
No, they got some good shit.
Dollar Tree decorations. I'm talking about Home Depot, fucking Dracula's
Look,
screaming at you when you walk by.
You can live in both worlds.
I hear you.
Yeah, I think they'll be making crazy amounts of money on both Halloween and Christmas this year. I can only imagine, people are going to go crazy on that.
It's on a Sunday.
Christmas?
No,
Or Halloween.
is on a Sunday,
Okay.
which is that's good. I think I'd like to be able to sleep in on a
Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
Sunday, bloody Sunday, the day of candy and murder.
And Jesus.
And Jesus.
But Jesus was once very bloody. It's true. Look it up. Crucifixion, y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you didn't know. I know maybe we got a few Jews listening. That's for Suits. How about this, though? This is all the stuff, you're seeing for the earliest time ever. Starbucks got and I know Dunkin' did too, their pumpkin spice things were out.
Yep, they're out.
Yeah, and you're starting to see that even too with the Christmas stuff. Hershey's just unveiled its new holiday candy lineup, which includes Reese's, Peanut Brittle, and Gingerbread Kit Kats.
Ooh, very intrigued.
Okay, the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is crunchy peanut butter encased in peanut brittle flavored cream.
See, I'm not sure if I love peanut brittle. I love the taste of it. I don't like the way it fucking it hurt. I don't know.
I gotta be
It
careful.
hurts.
I gotta be careful with the brittle.
Where are you putting that brittle?
In my butthole. Yeah, I know. It's just it's almost like eating peanut butter glass. It's you gotta.
I love it though. Yeah, you're
It's
right.
good.
There's a danger to it.
It's good, but it comes with some work. It comes with fatigue.
And you
Yeah.
better be careful too, because I have some newly worked on teeth up front that I don't need to be eating no brittle. My dentist is gonna choke me out if I break these teeth again.
Well, we can't have that.
Grandma and her soft butter teeth over
No,
here.
it's gonna gross me out during our candy discussion.
Try not to get-
Do you want us to put your brittle in a blender, Grandma?
Yes, can you please put mine in a NutriBullet?
Yeah. Would you like a brittle smoothie?
Thanks for really now ruining brittle for me.
Yeah. Jeez. They're also debuting sugar cookie flavored Hershey bars
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Love sugar cookies.
and new vanilla Whoppers called Snowballs. No word on when they're going to hit stores.
Whoppers is another one. I like it, but it's got a weird. I like it, but I
Yeah.
don't at the same time.
I don't know what it is. I'm not a fan.
The big hard balls, right? It's got that
Yeah.
it's that fucking waxy chocolate,
Malt
man.
balls or whatever. I've
Malt-
never been a fan of malt. You know what?
Malted milk balls.
And you know when malt was really big?
The 50s.
The fucking 50s, man. I'm like, what a terrible decade. I fucking hate everything about the 50s.
malt.
Everything. I couldn't have, if I were alive in the 50s. Oh my gosh.
The way to get your ass kicked from Kevin is, hey, Kev, let's go to the diner and get a malt.
Yes.
He'll kick your ass.
Kevin, you want to go
poodle
to
skirts.
you wanna go
Listen
to
to some Elvis.
sock hop?
Terrible. Hate everything about it.
Listen to some Elvis, drink some malts, and go to the local diner.
Oh, worst day ever. I hate it. Hate it. Well, if you want to get into a festive mood, it seems like Fireball is kind of becoming maybe the drink of Christmas and the holidays, because I know you can do different little drinks to kind of put a little, what is it you put in that, Virginia?
Fire nog.
Fire nog, that's right, yeah.
Or you
yeah.
can call it egg ball, but it doesn't sound as good.
I'm seeing them out. They're advertising a lot right now. I'm seeing a lot of Fireball advertising.
Well, they know, again, this is everything. You're going to start seeing the push, because they're going to they're going to zip right through Halloween. I mean, the second that's over, it's going right into Christmas on November 1st.
And if you don't like eggnog, you can also mix Fireball with a little coffee creamer, and that is delicious as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You are going to crap your pants by 3 hours in.
You'll leave shit everywhere.
But your buzz is going to be amazing.
And you won't realize you've shit all over the party.
Going to mudslide the party.
Look forward, not backwards.
Well, you might be excited by this. Fireball is releasing a mini keg.
What?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're going to start coming out with Fireball mini kegs loaded with 115 shots of Fireball.
If you had that for a party and you brought that out, people would like that.
I've gone to the liquor store before and bought cases of mini bottles of Fireball because it's so fun to hand out to people. People get so excited.
Yeah, so think about that, a mini keg of Fireball at your Halloween or your holiday party.
The Fireball's got a good little aftertaste, but boy, it's thick and you can feel the sugar. It's definitely different than regular whiskey.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, you can taste the sugar.
Yeah.
I remember I gave a family member one time a shot of Fireball and nothing really happened. And a different time I gave them the same kind of shot, but Jameson, and they were kind of drunk.
Yeah, Jameson is way stronger for me than Fireball.
Well, tell me if you like this idea. It's really kind of interesting as things start breaking down in pay structures and how we do things. You see this a lot with entertainment. We're faced with this question every single day about new pay scales. You're also seeing it a lot that is going on with the movies. In fact, I saw the Sopranos creator, David Chase, is livid that Sopranos prequel, The Many Saints of Newark, is also hitting HBO Max the same day it's released in theaters. I thought they were kind of getting away from that, and I guess he thought they were too, but they've announced they're going to do that, and he hates that concept.
Do you still get the
Probably
same?
because he has a cut of the box office.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
okay, 'cause I'm very excited for that movie. I want to see that movie. If I pay $20, I'm assuming it's going to be $20 to get, right? Or is it
I
just
don't
going to
know.
be up
I think
there?
the prices vary depending upon how big they think the movie is. I think I've seen up to $30 for some of the movies.
Yeah. So if they're still paying the money, doesn't he get that money?
I don't think, and there's that lawsuit going on right now about the Black Widow movie. Scarlett Johansson
Yes,
is
because
suing
they
Disney because they had done that. She had that whole cut of the box office, and like, we'll just put it out on our platform where we'll make the money. And she's like, screw that.
It's the same thing then. This is going to keep happening.
Maybe,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed too.
I mean, can you fight it? Will there ever be a day and time where you can never expect a movie to just come out in the theaters? Because people are getting to the point now where they're demanding this, and it's really getting interesting to watch. I was even noticing this, with my college team last Saturday. They had a huge game that was going on. It was a home game, and the week of, they were struggling. They had 10,000 tickets left, which never happens. And they're like, okay, well, you do have COVID going on, blah, blah, blah. Ticket prices were a little bit steep, but are you going to start seeing where more and more people are like, you know what, the experience at home is so good with the huge-ass TVs we have. You save so much money. Where some of these big-ass stadiums that seat 100,000 people, will they get to a point where people are like, you know what? No. I mean, you don't need a 100,000-seat stadium because you're not going to get that many people coming out for a game.
So I think sports might be different than movies. Movies,
I did too, until I'm starting to see it a little bit more with some football games.
but I mean, to your point, if I had a chance to go see the Soprano movie at home or go to the theater, I would rather stay at home for
Big
something.
time.
Now, if it was a Star Wars movie, I'd probably want to go to the theater because it's more of an event for me.
And you probably were saying that even 5 years ago, but I am seeing some people that the size of the damn TVs are coming out with are believable.
They are. They're very big. The one I have is big, and they even come out with one that's. I thought I was getting a big one, and I bought it, and Denny says, "No, man, that's like 3 sizes."
Dang.
I was like, "Wait, well, fuck this, man."
Yeah,
They're constantly getting
They're
big to the point where it's going to be your wall.
Yeah, and
your entire wall will be covered.
They will, and the prices are coming down, and so people are saying, why do I want to go out and deal with all that stuff? Just stay home.
Well, when I went to Best Buy to get mine, and mine's a nice TV. Don't get me wrong. There's this special section over there at Best Buy that I walked over there. I'm like, well, what's the difference over there? And I really don't know what the difference was.
The Magnolia Theater room.
Oh my gosh, Kevin! I think that's the more the home theater style. I was like, what the?
You
fuck?
might as well just drop your pants and bend over one of those sofas.
I was like, who wants to fuck me? All right, who's next?
Why didn't you take it over to BrandsMart?
Because I don't fucking know. How about that?
I mean, of the two, I get much better deals at BrandsMart.
Because it was right down the street, and I wanted my TV that night, and I didn't. I was.
BrandsMart's right around the fucking corner.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean, Kev. Yeah. What the fuck?
Shaking you down.
You're like an annoying lawyer.
Yeah, so I think it would be kind of interesting to see. We're in. Right now, that land and the pandemic's made it more unpredictable, but will pay scales start changing? Will we start seeing less people going to theaters, going to sporting events, or is this just a pandemic trend that we have right now?
It is hard to say how anything's going to be because
Yeah.
everyone's so shit nuts right now.
You can't
with
make a hard,
everything.
fast opinion, but I think some people are trying to project for the future, and there's probably some concern or some questions. And so they're trying to say, okay, well, people are still interested in the product, but then how do we shift up the pay scale to make it different? And what Taco Bell is doing here is rather interesting. They're testing a taco subscription service. For $5 to $10, listen to this. For $5 to $10 a month, you can get one free taco every day. But you got to order through the app, and for now, it's only available in select locations in Arizona. They want to see if it takes off there. But imagine
Taco club.
that where, you're in basically a taco club, and for, let's say, $10 a month, and, let's say a taco's $1. You're saying, hey, if I go to Taco Bell 14 or 15 days out of the month, half of the month, I'm actually coming out ahead on this.
Yeah, except for when you look down and you don't fit in your pants.
It's a great deal, and I would maybe even sweeten up the pot a little bit if I was talking about make it a little bit sexier. PlayStation does this, where you Denny's got me on that. You pay $70 for a year, and every single month or every 2 weeks they come out with these free games you can download. And it's totally worth the money. So if you are a fan of that product and they offer up that VIP and it's good, people will buy it. I would.
I think we're heading into a world where everything that you pretty much purchase, you're looking at it being available through a subscription. And then you're just deciding, okay, what do I love enough? That's going to be one of the top questions we're going to have in our life. What do I love enough that I would pay a subscription to this? Because I'll get it on demand. It'll be easy. I won't have to deal with the hassles of paying. And hopefully if I use it enough, I'll get some kind of deal out of it. And where they'll make their money is people who don't. And so you're going to have to always ask that hard, fast question. Am I really getting my money's worth out of this subscription?
Maybe start the KVJ VIP. You win a chance to, I don't know, have a meatloaf dinner with Virginia for an extra $15.
I don't eat meatloaf.
She
That's
complains
disgusting.
the whole time.
We've kicked it around. We said if we ever did anything like this, what would it be like if you did this? What access could we give? I could see us. We're in a pandemic, and so it's not going to happen now. But we've just kicked around the discussions of what could we do if we could put together enough cool events where you would feel like, oh my gosh, I am getting the world for nothing. I said, if it were like that, it might happen.
I pay an extra $50 to maybe get a little trim with a Kevin Ralston for a haircut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not a trim
Yeah, be
downstairs.
careful how you say that. My wife's going to be like, wait, what?
Kevin's getting trim?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Something weird.
Somebody's getting stabbed.
Weird experiences with
Her Jason
First-
said you're getting some trim. Oh, no, haircut.
First, Kim would stab the trim, and then she would stab Kevin.
Yeah. Get that started there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I built one of these packages one year for the Stars Ball for the live auction,
Yeah.
where it was like the J-Lo package. You could be like superstar for a day. So whoever bid on it got to get their hair done. They got to get their lashes.
Yeah.
They got to go on a shopping spree. Then they got to go on a fancy dinner. Like, it was a whole entire thing. And we traveled in a limo all day to all those things.
Well, think about anything you truly have passion and you're a fan of. If you had a chance to spend a little extra money for something that is really cool for you.
People want cool access,
Yes.
and they're realizing that hey, if you want to take your most loyal fans, and you've got them for football teams and for Disney and for all these kind of things, and a lot of those people would be happy to do it. I know we've got KVJ Nationers that we love hanging out with too. It's like going, hey, this is a really cool experience that they're like, yeah, I put a little bit of money into that. I think that's really kind of where the world is going, and you get those extra perks. You're like going, it's so worth it. In fact, somebody was texted in and said, like, with HBO Max, if you're subscribed, then you get them at no extra money.
Yeah, that's why they're pissed off, because I have HBO Max. I don't have to pay shit. And the Soprano dude is losing money.
Yeah,
Wait,
of
what?
course.
It's been a minute since The Sopranos been popular.
And then this one text that came in, I don't know. I think I have HBO Max, so I have to check on this. But I guess if you're subscribed to HBO Max, you'll get the movies then for free, unlike Disney Plus, he said. I guess Disney Plus, you get the original programming, but they charge extra for the movie releases.
Yeah, I have Disney Plus, and I find that the weakest of my streams, but I keep them all because it has all the Star Wars movies. The one I really like that I'm surprised I like so much, it's got a lot of cool options and unique content, is the Peacock one. The Peacock is a very good streaming site.
Yeah, and I saw they put an exclusive Notre Dame game on the Peacock network, and it was like $4.99 a month, and I almost signed up for it. And
They know what they're doing.
But then again, I had to ask the question, I'm like, how often am I really wanting Peacock Plus? And this is going to be the biggest decision as consumers we're going to have to make going forward. Do I like it enough to get a subscription? And then what you're going to do, you're going to sign up for it for that one event and then forget to cancel it. And they're going to wind up getting their money's worth when 6 months later you realize that you've spent $200 for that one football game you wanted to watch.
6 months? I've been signed up for a gym for 11 years.
Right,
I've been there twice.
Yeah.
The Peacock, too. Peacock is NBC. NBC is Bravo. Bravo is Housewives. So on Peacock, you get Housewives
They do.
episodes early.
They have
before everybody else.
Not only that, I think they have all the other ones before. They have movies on there. And I'm getting no money for Peacock.
So I think what you're really going to see, and they even have apps that already do this, where at the end of the month or whatever, you get a notice saying, hey, you've got all these subscriptions coming up. It keeps track of what's going on for the automatic renewals. Do you want to keep this, or do you want us to cancel it? And then you'll just go through and say, hey, do you still want Peacock? Do you want ... And so get used to it. As consumers, that's probably what the end of our months are going to look like, where you'll have to sit there for that one day where it all pops up and you got 15 things. And you're like, yes, do you want to continue renewing this or not? And then you got to come up with that, or else you're going to be like, where is all my money going?
The Peacock also has The Office, and they have the extra footage, and they have the fan episodes for The Office fans, and that was the reason why I got over there.
Right.
Then they had some really cool murder shit on there. I think they had some is Dateline NBC? Yeah, is it Dateline NBC?
Dateline, I think, is NBC.
Yeah, I think it is.
It?
I think there's a ton of Datelines on there.
Yeah.
So they give you extra stuff and make you feel like you're getting your money's worth. So, that's where it is. Ultimately, you might argue that, hey, things are getting better for consumers. So if you're passionate about something, you're hopefully going to find better product that is going to be out there. One quick note on something I got that you might argue, is it worth it for one show? Apple TV does some good stuff. They've got the morning show on there, which I've watched. That is the Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon show that basically is the Matt Lauer story, but it's still pretty good. I mean, great actresses and actors that are in that, and I like that. And they're renewing that for a new season. And Ted Lasso is also, and that is in the second season right now. They drop a new episode every single Friday. And I saw Jason Sudeikis is going to be getting $1 million per episode. They're doing a third season. He'll get $1 million. I know they at least have 10 in this season, so that'd be $10 million at least for Jason Sudeikis.
I mean, he's already worth
for season 3.
I wonder how much you think he's worth. I'm looking him up right now because he's had some stuff.
Yeah, I would say Jason Sudeikis. I would say up till now is a $35 million guy.
35 million. All right, let's see here.
That'd be my guess.
That sounds about right.
Ted Lasso is going to kick him into a new stratosphere, depending upon how long they ride this show. And it could probably realistically go for a while.
It's saying he is worth $20 million right now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So how about that? In one season of Ted Lasso,
He'll be worth $30 million.
he'll double his.
$40 million.
Dang.
Yeah. So that's how big a deal that is for him. It's going to be life-changing money for Jason
But
Sudeikis.
$20 million is life-changing. I mean, that's so much money, too.
Yeah, and I wonder if you go from $20 to $40 million, how much does your life change? Because, we talk about, imagine doubling your income.
It changes your life.
It's life-changing money, but at a certain point, is it not is evident because one, your taxes and this and that, and okay, so instead of an 80-foot yacht, I've got a 100-foot yacht. Like, is that extra 20 feet really make my life that radically different?
Well, I don't know, but I'd like to try.
But it's also, too, what are you trying to do with your life? A lot of people, they get more money and they didn't want a boat, but they have money now. They go, we can afford a boat. Let's get a fucking boat. If you're that kind of person, it's going to, what's going to make you happy? Some people don't need much to be happy and still have a lot of money.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
mean, Virginia, I feel like would spend her money, if she had that kind of money, she would spend it on fancy shit. She'd be going on yachts and shit.
Oh, you know it.
That's not sexy to me.
I'd roll like P. Diddy.
When Jeff Bezos went from $1 billion to $2 billion, did his life really change at all?
I mean, I don't think it did. What? I don't know. Did he go to space?
I don't know. He cashed in that wife for a new hot model.
Yeah, you could say that changed. So.
That wife got a serious upgrade.
Questions we'll never be able to answer. Oh, well. It's all good. Thank you guys for being here. Enjoy your Wednesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.